So, hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu The Land of Heroes 12 of Cold Steel. Ja, beim letzten Mal haben wir Kapitel 1 abgeschlossen. Es ist jetzt ein bisschen was her, ihr seht, 25.06. Wir haben gerade Zeitpunkt des Streams 12.07. Ja, bisher stand das Replay ja eigentlich auch in dem Zeichen des Road, Weg zu Trails into Reverie, dass das Spiel auf Japanisch stand. Ich sag mal so, ist in der Zeit schon passiert. Ja, ich habe nicht geschafft weiter zu warten, ich musste spielen. Deswegen habe ich jetzt gespielt offscreen und werde es aber, sobald es auf Englisch rauskommt, dann nochmal spielen und dann auch im Stream, falls ich dann noch streame. Ja, schreibe einfach mal ein Kapitel. Ich werde allerdings, ich werde, wenn ich irgendwelche Rückschlüsse ziehe, auf was zukünftig passiert oder auch in der Vergangenheit sowieso egal, weil da kommt ja nichts dazu erstmal, aber was in der Zukunft passiert, werde ich nur bis Cold Steel 4 erwähnen. Ich werde nichts zu Hajimari erwähnen. Ich werde nur sagen, ganz großartiger Abschluss zu der Saga.
The lino flowers that painted Trista's spring fields had faded, replaced by lush greenery and a refreshing breeze. With the trials of last month's field study behind us, we found ourselves caught up once more in the bustle of school life. Both our combat training and academic studies continued to become more and more demanding. But May also heralded the beginning of specialist classes, more befitting a military academy.
Ich weiß eigentlich gar nicht mehr, wo wir im zweiten Kapitel hinfahren. Aber doch, ich glaube schon. Ja doch, ich glaube schon. Ja, ich glaube, jetzt kommt zur Zeit für den ganzen Disput.
Revolution 50 years ago changed the way wars were fought forever.
Ich glaube, es müsste tatsächlich um einen kleinen Disput gehen. Ja, einen kleinen großen Disput, der schon seit Anfang des Spiels besteht. Neidhart, Major Neidhart. Also, hier Instructor aber.
There are a number of reasons for this fundamental change, but 4 factors in particular that I would argue to be the most important. The first is the invention of orbital guns, cannons, and other weaponry. The increased accuracy of these weapons, as well as their ease of maintenance and manufacture, instantly rendered all other firearms obsolete. The second factor is the associated mechanization of the military. Orbital technology led to the formation of armored divisions made up of tanks and armored cars. The impact this new kind of tactical unit had on the battlefield, with its enhanced offense, defense, and mobility, cannot be overstated. The third factor is the invention of airships. Warships that rely on the gravity manipulation ability of a flight field to remain in the air simply did not exist before the revolution. The sudden addition of a whole new dimension to war, the sky, made countless new strategies viable that were previously unimaginable. And the last factor is the creation of an entirely new practical science, which may be the biggest, most important change of all. Without orbital technology, such a concept would scarcely even have been conceivable, but now we'd be virtually crippled without it. Rean Schwarzer, can you tell the class what that new scientific breakthrough was?
Something only possible after the Orbital Revolution, which revolutionized warfare. That would have to be Orbital Arms. Ja, nicht unbedingt, weil das so braucht auch mit Orbital. Cargo via Train. Ich glaube, Züge. Gab es vorher Züge? Ich weiß es nicht. Aber wie krass wichtig ist natürlich, wie immer, also das Wichtigste ist natürlich Kommunikation. Das geht für alle Lebensbereiche. Korrekt. The answer is orbital communications, a form of wireless communication technology based on formless transmission through orbital waves. This allows officers on the battlefield to obtain pertinent information in real time, leading to precise, accurate troop movements. Of course, countermeasures have also been invented, such as wiretapping and jamming, to partially limited benefits. But nonetheless, I got it right. Well done. This is all pretty high-level stuff. I mean, I know the basic, but I've never heard it gone into... What? But I've never heard it gone into in such detail before. That? Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to work really hard to keep up. Und jetzt sind Elisa und Rean Besties. 5th period, gender divided lesson, class 1 and 7 combined. Girls, nutritional science, cooking. Nutritional science, ja, interessante Beschreibung
Why
für
did
Kochen.
Lady Laura have to be placed in a class like that? I was truly looking forward to studying alongside her.
Mit so einer Attitude hätte du keinen Spaß gehabt.
Is that girl next to her not the one who scored the highest on the entrance exam? I believe so, though I also hear she's a mere commoner.
Ansichtssache.
There's something about that silvered-haired girl that I find oddly soothing. I wonder if she'd let me stroke her hair if I were to ask nicely.
Ist viel... nee. Frag vielleicht in 2 Jahren nochmal.
That's quite enough idle chatter.
Okay, die hat eine sehr hohe Stimme hier.
We are members of Class 1. We are above such droll behavior. As well, we cannot allow ourselves to be bettered by that rabble, even in something as insignificant as the culinary arts. Of course not. I'm so accustomed to our chef doing all of the cooking, however, that I must admit I'm finding this all rather challenging. Could they make it a little less obvious they're talking about us? I mean, seriously.
It stands to reason they'd be curious about our class. It's hard to blame them for that, at least.
Cute.
I think you've whisked that plenty already.
Boys, Orbital Computer Primer.
I feel like I'm finally getting the hang of using an orbital computer.
Likewise. I was lost at first, but it's slowly beginning to make more sense.
Lustigerweise sind die Jungs hier die einzigen, die Orbital Computer Training bekommen. Aber, ich gerade überlege, später in den Teilen danach und eigentlich auch in den Teilen davor, die wirklich immer an den Terminals gearbeitet haben, waren eigentlich fast immer Mädels. Also wir hatten Tio zum Beispiel, Fran, davor, ja gut, in Lebel war das noch nicht ganz so krass, aber da war dann auch Tita immer dabei. Später haben wir Tower und Elise, Alphin, die immer an den Dingern arbeiten, Angelica. Finde ich interessant.
Well, it is cutting-edge technology here in Erebonia, so I think most people are confused until they've gotten used to it. Machias and Usus both picked it up surprisingly quickly, though.
Yeah, but academics are their thing. And I'm pretty sure Machias has been interested in computers for a while, too.
Usus also seems to get the hang of things far quicker than most people, even if he's not interested in them at all. Which probably just adds insult to injury for Machias.
I'll bet. I hear they were really butting heads during last month's field study.
They were. At one point, things almost took a violent turn. We were able to hold them back, but I don't think we could have kept them under control for long if Instructor Sarah hadn't arrived.
We really need to do something about them, but I have no idea what.
I don't either, but you're right. This has gone on for way too long as it is. It needs to stop.
Rean Schwarzer.
Huh? Isn't he from Class 1?
Patrick, is it?
That is correct.
Patrick. Da fehlt ein T.
My full name is Patrick T. Hyarms.
Soll ich sagen. Da fehlt ein T in der Info in seiner Bauchbinde.
I don't believe I need to say anything more than that.
What?
So, you're from the Hyarms family.
Are they prestigious?
About as prestigious as they come. The Hyarmses are one of the 4 great houses. Though they're slightly lower in rank than the Albareas. I'm sorry. I meant no offense.
It doesn't matter. I didn't come here to talk to commoners or foreigners. I came to bring gladsome tidings to you, Rean Schwarzer. I am generously extending you welcome to make use of the accommodations on the 3rd floor of the Student Union building.
You mean...
The 3rd floor?
That's where the Nobles Salon is, right?
Your father may be a mere baron, but that still makes you a noble. And though you've had the misfortune of sharing a class with this riffraff, I have decided to use my good name as a member of the Hyarms family to afford you the privilege of joining us. I do hope you appreciate it.
Well... How can I turn him down politely?
Einfach Nein sagen.
This hardly strikes me as the best place to be recruiting new members.
Eustace.
Eustace Albarea?
I wasn't aware the 3rd son of the Hyarms family counted playing factions among his hobbies. If you wished for company in the salon, should you not have come to me first?
You? You've been invited countless times. You simply choose not to come. Despite there being no shortage of second years practically begging for your company.
I have no interest.
Suit yourself then. But you, Schwarzer, make sure you think long and hard about this. If you care about your future, you need to start thinking about the connections you're making and the sides you're taking.
Oh, erinnert mich. Ich weiß, ich wollte über Hajimari reden, aber erinnert mich sehr an einen Charakter, der in Hajimari kurz erwähnt wird. In der Nebengeschichte. Nicht in der Hauptstory, sondern in der Nebengeschichte. Die Leute, die Hajimari komplett selber durchgespielt haben, wissen, glaube ich. Können, glaube ich, denken, wen ich meine. Auch das Bild gerade erinnert mich sehr daran.
He's certainly not shy.
No, he's not. I wasn't sure how to turn him down either. Thanks for stepping in, Eustace.
I wasn't trying to help you. But I did cause you some trouble during last month's field study, so... No. That's all.
Last month's field study? Is he...
Yeah. I think he means the run-in we had with the provincial army.
Ah, so he feels partially responsible for his family's actions then. He must have been looking for a way to apologize to you.
Huh, I guess he has a nice side after all.
Intense breathing. Home. Good work today, class. Tomorrow's a free day, so do take it easy. You've earned it. Just remember, next Wednesday is your second practical exam. I was wondering when she'd bring that up. Will you be announcing the details of our next field study trip on Wednesday also? Of course, you'll be heading out next weekend. I'm sure you can hardly wait. I, for one, very much look forward to it. Oh, and one more thing. Your midterms are scheduled for the middle of next month, so just fire it away if you would. Midterms? Sounds irritating. So we finally get to put all the knowledge we've gained throughout the past few months to the test. Yes, that's a good thing. You need to be thinking about your academic studies. School can't just be about military strategy, you know? Because if it is, I'm going to get an earful from Vice Principal Heinrich again. Is that all you care about? Can we ask you if there's anything we don't understand? Not if you care about the answer being right. I'm a combat instructor. book smarts like that were beyond me. Anyway, that's all for our moon. Marcus, if you'd please. Yes, instructor.
All rise. Bow.
Well, I'll see you later, Rean.
Later.
Oh, are you two going to club activities today?
Yeah, I am. Did you want to have dinner together later?
We've been eating in the cafeteria an awful lot lately, so maybe we could go to the cafe in Trista today for a change of scenery?
Sounds good to me. You want to just meet up in the entrance hall later?
Sure.
See you then.
Oh, hi, Elisa. Are you off to club practice too?
Oh, no, not today.
What is it? Is there something you wanted to ask me?
It's nothing. I'll see you later.
What was that all about?
Did you do something else to upset her?
Not that I'm aware of. Although, I suppose it's possible I did something wrong without even realizing it. Knowing her.
I was speaking in jest, I assure you. Are you planning on going into the old schoolhouse again tomorrow?
Yeah. The principal did ask me to keep an eye on it, so I thought I'd make time for a quick look inside.
All right. Please let me know when you're planning to begin the expedition, if you would. I have club activities tomorrow, but as far as I'm concerned, the old schoolhouse takes priority.
Thanks. I'll let you know.
Excellent. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Tschüss, Laura. Makia?
You're in the chess club, aren't you, Machias? Or are you planning on studying in the library?
Since when was it any of your business what I choose to do after class?
No, I just... Have I done something to upset you?
Not especially. It's actually my fault for being deceived so easily in the first place.
Oh. Let's just say I haven't got a drop of noble blood in my veins.
Hat nicht gelogen. Wobei, das Thema hatten wir schon. Irgendein Tropfen ist bestimmt noch irgendwo drin. Aber wenn man es biologisch betrachtet, hat er einfach nur sein Blut.
So I guess we're all in equal standing here. I'm really sorry. I wasn't trying to deceive you. I just...
Save your breath. Whether you're a noble or not is beside the point. The bottom line is you lied to me, and I simply cannot trust those who lie. That's all there is to it.
I'm sorry.
Now, please, think nothing of it.
Oh, am I intruding?
Oh, no. Not at all. Did you need something?
I accidentally left one of my textbooks in my desk, so I came back to fetch it.
Sitzt einfach weiter da. Alleine.
Ah, here it is.
What subject?
Take a look.
Intermediate Mathematics for Dummies.
Studying hard as always, I see. Except, wait, intermediate? Isn't that part of the Sunday school curriculum? Seems a bit basic for you.
Oh, it's not for me. I promised to help Fee with her math studies. I found this at a bookshop in town and thought it might be of some use to her.
Ah, okay.
Vor allem jetzt, wo ich Perspektive habe, weil es macht sogar Sinn, dass Vieh das nicht kann. Nicht wirklich, weil wann zur Hölle sollte sie jemals in Sunday School gewesen sein?
Which reminds me, I should really be going. I'm sure she's waiting for me by now. I'll see you later, Rean.
Take care.
And don't worry.
Huh?
I'm sure Machias doesn't hate you or anything. If you can find some way of making him realize how you feel, I'm sure he'll understand. It's just getting through to him that might be tough.
Yeah. I just have to keep at it. If Emma believes I can make it work, then I'll believe it too. I should probably also get going. Maybe I'll wander around the academy grounds for a while before returning to the dorm.
Ja, das machen wir. Runden drehen, yay. So. Ja, Runden drehen, hallo Rex. That girl with the glasses is your class president, right? At first I thought she was kinda plain, but she's pretty cute when you get a look at her close up. Oh man, I should have snapped a pic while I had the chance. I forgot. I've gotta get to the photography club. I'm gonna be late again. Oh well, Fidelia's pretty chill. He'll probably let me off. Rex. I met this old lady when I was out shopping and, believe it or not, she's just as into shopping as I am. So we might plan to raid the shops on our next 3-day. I'm so excited I'll hardly be able to sleep a wink. Eine Woche lang viel Spaß. Ach, wobei, nee, sie hatte morgen wieder gut. Shopping's so much fun. I can't wait until tomorrow. Why Principal Heinrich is so mean? He didn't have to yell at me just because I lost one little key. That was one doozy of a lecture too. He must have had a lot of steam to blow off. Oh no, now I'm gonna be late if I don't hurry. Ach, Mint. Mint. Wo war nochmal? Nein. Das war's auch nicht. Welche Taste war nochmal? Was war die? Aber die Taste für die Karte, die kann man auch größer machen, oder nicht? Man kann die Karte nicht größer machen. Hä? Kein Sinn. Warum? Die einzige Taste, die ich nicht ausprobiert habe. Geil. That's wrong, Lisa. Oh, don't worry, it's nothing serious. Well, if you say so. I'm always here if you want someone to talk to, though. Okay, thanks. It's really nothing serious, though, so don't worry about me. This is something I need to resolve on my own, I think. Okay, Lisa. Solange du mich nicht viel slappst. Die beiden wieder. Becky and I are both business people, but her mindset could hardly be more different than my own. She's the only person I know who would ever say she wants to hit it big off part-time jobs alone. You got a problem with there? Not exactly, no. Becky appears to be pocketing quite a bit of cash from her numerous part-time jobs. I consider myself something of a businessman, so I'm curious about how much she's making it, how she's making it. Here. You're class 7, aren't you? My dad told me that you got those pyramid terrorists that turned up in Celtic last month. He said you helped Ude banish away all other kind of stuff too. Cheers for that. I'll be supporting you through all from now on too. By the way, Hugo, still waiting to stop following me, boo. If he's not buying anything, then he should just bolt. Wie gesagt, es tut mir leid, ich kann keinen schottischen Akzent. Ich versuche es so best ich kann und verkacke natürlich. Alan! Bridget. No, I already decided I wouldn't. I'm gonna go clear my head and practice. I can't. Not just yet. Not until I can prove I'm not the kid I used to be. Vielleicht solltest du das mal in Teil 4 sagen. We had a little performance earlier, so I could see how everyone plays. It turned out way better than I expected. We've got some real talent this year, Elliot especially. I'm gonna have to step it up or they'll shoot ahead of me. Speaking of, where's Mint? I didn't know she got called over to faculty lounge, but that was a long time ago. The tuning's perfect as can be, so this violin should be ready to play at a moment's notice. Still, I can't help but feel a little nervous. Oh, why is that? I was kinda rude to that high arms guy earlier, wasn't I? What if he remembers it and ends up having it in for me later? Oh, yeah, that. Don't worry, I doubt anything's going to happen. Hopefully, he doesn't have his eye on me now. We've got Juices and Law in our class, so I guess I must have gotten a little too relaxed around nobles. You're pretty quick to adapt, huh? Wenn man bedenkt, hat sich auf die erste beschwert. Oh, wie soll ich mit denen reden? You're noble yourself, so that's probably part of it too. Can't deny that. I've tried talking with Alan a few times over the past month, but I must be picking the worst times. It seems like Alan and I can hardly talk before he has to run off somewhere. He's not trying to avoid me, is he? Nee, nicht unbedingt. I wonder if Alan's trying to avoid me. No, that can't be right. I need to stop thinking such silly thoughts and focus on practice. Okay, viel Spaß, Bridget. Du wirst Alan noch genug in deinem Leben sehen. Keine Ahnung. Margarita mistakenly put the wrong ingredient into her cookie, so I wanted to bring it to her attention. Unfortunately, she seems to have run off somewhere. Margarita is developing a habit of adding the wrong ingredients to her cooking. That aside, the cooking club's activities are coming along well. I hear that the first years had a cooking class today. It's always interesting to see students from the upper class get really into it, since most have servants to cook for them. Hopefully this will inspire some of them to join our club too. I hope that the cooking classes will inspire students to join our club. I'm always ready and willing to share the joys of cooking after all. Ja, das bist du, Nicholas. Nur leider wirst du sehr bald an die Seitenlinien verfrachtet. Leider. You look kind of down, Rean. It's not like you. Yeah, I suppose so. Some stuff's been weighing on me lately. How should I go about apologizing to Markios? If there's anything you think I could help with, I'd be glad to talk about it with you over dinner. We've arranged to meet at Kirsch's for dinner, so that might be the best time. Thanks, guys. I'll be fine for now. I'm going to think about it a bit more myself. If I'm still drawing a blank, I'll come and ask you. Naja, wenn man genau nimmt, malt er da auch gerade was Blankes. Weil seine Tafel da ist nicht bemalt. I'm always willing to lend an ear. I'm gonna head back once I'm done here. I actually look forward to this meal. I'm planning on submitting something for the art contest, but I can't even decide on a theme, so I don't know what to draw. I don't think Clara's going to give me any advice either. What kind of theme should I go for? The more I think about it, the more conflicted I get. Making art is a sacred act. You work with your materials in order to retain their true form. Only those who elevate their understanding to a higher plane can master it. Got it? Never ask me for help again. Wait, please, just give me a little bit of advice at least. Wing it. I wouldn't be asking you if I could just wing it. Clara. Clara ist unique. Aber es sind ja zum Glück die meisten Charaktere, machen ja die Trade-Spiele auch aus. Viele, teilweise auch so viele eigene Charaktere. I receive reports of rumbling noises coming from the old schoolhouse's basement. As a result, I'd like to ask Class 7 to investigate once again. Rumbling? Does that mean there's a possibility that the underground area's layout has changed again? This is the first time I've received any report mentioning such a thing. I'm not entirely sure myself. It would be wise to assume that something considerable has occurred, though. Would you be able to investigate again tomorrow? Of course, sir. I'd like to have Class 7 to investigate the old schoolhouse again tomorrow. I leave this matter in your hands. Danke, Mr. Dick. I see Dr. Neidhart is here today. It's such a shame that he isn't here more often. It would be a delight to spend some quality bonding time with him. That would say cool bonding event mit Neidhart wäre nice. Eureka! I'll see if he'd like to join me for a drink this evening. What a fine idea this is. Since the plans involve alcohol, it would be a travesty not to invite Dr. Sarah as well. Aha, this could shape up into a rather enjoyable gathering. Ja, wenn du über deine Arbeit reden würdest, deine richtige Arbeit, dann wäre es wahrscheinlich interessant für Sarah. Und wahrscheinlich auch für Neidhart. Once again, Dr. Wallerstein, it appears you need to put the pieces together for you. Class 7 consists of students from distinguished families and those of noteworthy grades and capabilities. Now think for a moment. Should the grades drop after entering the academy? Who would be to blame, Yeah, I get it. Any more harping and you could join the orchestra. Oh, you get it, do you? Not many times. How many times have I heard that from you now? Keep it up and the only thing you'll get is fired. Remember, Class 7, your actions have an impact on the public perception of the academy at large. Let us not forget that your class snapped up some students who were meant to join mine. How do these rhymes always manage to be so drawn out? In an absolutely shocking turn of events, Mint lost the key to the computer room after she'd finished cleaning it. Naturally, the vice principal gave her the scolding of her life. Of course, right after that, he had some less than flattering words for me too. I get why he's mad. They've done everything they can to deck the place out with the highest end technology possible. But no degree of technological superiority. Warum kann ich das Wort gar nicht aufhören? Superiority, so. Can keep you safe from one of the world's most powerful classes. Is something wrong, Schwarzer? Do you have a question pertaining to class? Make sure to visit me at once if you don't understand anything I've covered. As you know, I won't always be present at the academy, so take the opportunity while you can. Yes, Instructor. Dr. Neidhart really is just as much a soldier as he is a teacher. I see that Dr. Wallerstein hasn't changed a bit. Which is rather irritating. It seems she's forgotten that instructors should lead their students by example. Ja, aber wenn so... Ja, gut, aber dann ist sie ja eigentlich das perfekte Vorbild. Nur weiß das nicht. Und wir auch noch nicht eigentlich, aber okay. Oh, I just fell down the stairs. Ow. Maybe I really should be rushing around everywhere. I'm sure you're well aware that it's not safe to rush down the stairs like that. What's more, I would really appreciate it if you didn't run in the halls. As you can see, we don't just make the academy rules for our house. We make them for yours. For now, I'm going to put my hands on the area in question. It may hurt a little, but I will try to be quick. Okay. Hold on, Margarita. Having scouted out all of the potential first-year candidates, I believe it's time to move on to the second years. Will my search for a dashing husband ever bear fruit? Yeah. When you're husband hunting, the most important thing to consider is their prospects. No matter what class he is, if he's got a future ahead of him, I'll take him. Immerhin ist sie nicht... Hat sie nicht gegen Commoner? It seems as though Instructor Neidhart will be returning to the army again the day after tomorrow. How taxing it must be for an instructor to be constantly on the move. It's rather impressive that he can carry out all of his tasks with the composure he does. Instructor Neidhart managed to balance his teaching with his military work. He's quite the impressive instructor. Oh yeah. She even has the gall to call herself Elisa R. Who does she think she is? Could she be hiding something? To make matters worse, she's a natural at lacrosse. She's only a beginner and yet she's already on par with me. Me! I simply cannot stand her. I see, how truly fascinating. Oh, Sister Sublime, how would you feel about introducing me to her? It would be a pleasure to lay my eyes upon this commoner of golden radiance. Vincent, now is not the time to think of flirting with the enemy. Are you even listening to me, Vincent? How many times must I tell you that I simply cannot stand her? Lady Ferris and Master Vincent were raised under the same roof and taught the same values. But this the way that those two see the world could not be any more different. My beloved sister burns with such determination that even the noblest ladies pose no challenge in a battle of words. Yet this lovely Elisa can do what they cannot. How fascinating. Okay. Jetzt haben wir das Schulgebäude fertig und dann machen wir mal hier weiter. Oh, Rean, nicht in deinem Schwestern-Outfit. I plan on helping out at the church today too. Knowing that even someone as insignificant as myself can be of assistance to others is a splendid feeling. It makes my efforts all feel worth it. I plan on making my way to the church soon. I hope to be of assistance to everyone today too. Okay. Gehen wir hier lang weiter. Those two girls from Class 7 always seem to be studying together. The class president there has the highest grade in her year. He's always helping her less academically gifted friend too. Doesn't look like her friend's here today though. The library isn't just a great place to read books, it makes for a delightful study spot. All of these fun options in one place. You're so lucky to have a resource like this at your disposal. Oh yeah, what is this guy gonna be doing bibliothek? I love spy novels, but there's no greater thrill than a good conspiracy story. Oh no. So I admit part of the thrill comes from the fact that I can't read them at home. My family thinks them vulgar. This library is practically heaven for me. I can sit and read whatever I like for as long as I like. Oh, come on. Oh, I wasn't expecting to see you here, Rean. Heading back to the dorm? Yeah, how about you? Wait, are you by yourself? I thought you were helping Fee study. Well, that was the plan, yes. We arranged to meet her, but she never showed. Really? Huh. Wonder where she could have gone. I'm not sure. I'll keep waiting a little while longer, so I can catch up on my own studying in the meantime. If you happen to run into her, though, would you tell her I'm waiting here? Sure thing. Emma went out of her way to try and cheer me up earlier. Maybe I should see if I can track down Fee for her. Fee hasn't shown up yet, so I'll just study on my own until she does. If you would see her, I'd appreciate it if you reminded her about our study time. Ich habe auch ein neues Buch hier. Und zwar Erebonian Folklore. Yay. Erebonian Folklore Volume 1. Considering the size and history of the Erebonian Empire, it should come as no surprise that it has a wealth of folklore. Perhaps more than any other nation on the continent. Ich wollte gerade andersrum mal. Any other continent on the nation. Wäre auch interessant. This is the first in a series of 3 books that will introduce a small number of legends and traditions in Erebonia. It is my wish that this series will stimulate new interest in the rich history and mythology of this great nation. Animism. Animism is a religious belief native to the land of Erebonia, disconnected from the teachings of the Septian Church. There is no single type of animism. Some animists believe that objects in the neutral world have a spirit, while others emphasize the reverence of one's ancestors. The animist traditions of the past continue to live on in a number of ways in Erebonia, with the summer festival being just one. While animism may be disconnected from the doctrine of the Septian Church, it does not specifically refute the Church's teachings, and in many regions, animist traditions have been incorporated into the beliefs of the Septian Church. Many animists have thus been converted to worshipping the goddess Adios, while retaining their traditional belief. Furthermore, the people of the North Highlands to the northeast of the Empire with the wind as a spirit, and share many fundamental aspects of their religious outlook with the people of Erebonia. Fiend, an evil creature that differs from the monsters that we know. Most are said to cause harm to humans, and while they are fundamentally similar to the devils which appear in the teachings of the Septian Church, the existence of neither fiends nor devils has been proven. Doch. Einfach ja. Fairy, oh, das ist interessant. Die wurden nämlich, glaube ich, irgendwie einmal bisher in der gesamten Story erst erwähnt. Fairies are inhabitants of another world, separate from both spirits and fiends. Descriptions of them vary among different traditions. Some liken them to young winged girls, while others characterize them as small people. A number of believers also portray them as being represented by small animals. One thing they all have in common, however, is that they enjoy pulling pranks on people. J. Arendt. Pranks passt nicht ganz zu Barry, ne?